All right, everyone, welcome to a new YouTube video. And in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down the 4 investments I've made into multiple masterminds. And masterminds, in case you don't know, if you know what they are highest ticket coaching programs, usually ranging anywhere between, $30,000 to $100,000. And, I've actually invested a total of $185,000. I just, added everything up pretty much in masterminds over the last year. And some of them have made a significant difference to my business. Some of them haven't. And, in this video, I basically want to break down, the 4 masterminds I invested into, who I invested into, what my experience was like, how my business grew, and then also, whether I'd recommend them or not. But again, remember, this is an opinion and everyone's experience is different. And in no way, do I want to put anyone in a bad light or in a good light. I just really want to share my opinion on, going through certain coaching programs, and also some other information with that. So with that being said, guys, let's dive into it. But before we do, a little bit about me in case you don't know who I am. My name is Bastian. I'm 23 years old. And over the last 2 years, I've been able to build 2 7-figure businesses. One of them is millionaireconsulting.com, where we basically help coaches, consultants start or grow their business. And then I have appointmentsetter.com, where we basically help people in a 9-to-5 or beginner entrepreneurs become a high-ticket appointment setter, and they can make anywhere between 5 to 10K a month. So with that being said, let's dive into it. So guys, the first investment that I have made, and I'll note down the name here, is in a mastermind, which was $30,000. And I joined it in October. Well, no, I think it was September 2020. So I joined this one in September 2020. And it was $30,000. Can you guys see that? Okay, very, very thin, but I'm just gonna leave it. So pretty much, this was in September 2020 was when I joined, and the investment was $30,000, and it's basically a 1-year-long program. And this was from Andrew Cruzy. And Andrew is an awesome guy. Andrew is great. This has actually been the best investment that I've ever made into myself. When I started my business, this was with the help of Andrew. He shifted my beliefs a lot. And, I'll be honest, I already came into the program doing about 30, 40K per month with my agency coaching business. And I shut down my agency as well, knowing I was going to be making that big pivot. And so I decided to, in September 2020, when I made a pivot to, invest into Andrew Cruzy. And my business in the first month did $100,000 with his strategies. They helped me massively, right? So Andrew's program was a year long, and the first few months were great. But something happened, which, you wouldn't hear quite often, but he did sell his business. So I believe this was in January 2021, where, he got burnout and he didn't feel too well. Something happened personally. So he sold his business. And from there, my mentorship kind of with him came to an end, even though I did sign up for a year, but, things happen, right? And so that's what happened. But my experience with him in the months that we worked together was awesome. Best investment I ever made. And this was bought by someone named Michael Chu. The reason why I'm mentioning his name is because I'm actually going to get to him as well in a little bit, funnily enough. But yeah, great investment. It teaches you a lot about systems, organic marketing. Unfortunately, the company's not out there anymore. It was called Tribe of Buyers. Andrew is an incredible person. I have a lot of respect for him. I hope he returns someday, but he was definitely the best investment I've ever made into myself. So that is the first investment that I made into myself in September 2020. And then the other investment I made was actually into another mastermind. I'm going to show you guys right now which one. Okay. So this was in, I believe it was in, it was at the end of October 2021. So beginning of November 2021. So I actually went, as you can see, for a very long time without any mastermind. So in November, 2021, I invested $75,000 and I also paid it in full. $75,000. And this was into Tanner Jitter Search program. Tanner, I'll just put C because he's got like a long last name. And this investment was made because I was, just coming out of October, and just guys, for some context. So, when I joined Andrew, right, like I was doing 30, 40K a month. He helped me go from 30, 40K a month to 100K per month. And then it stopped. And then from January 2021, when he sold his business, and from the months on there, I scaled from 100K to 500K per month. And in October, before I joined Tanner, I hit my first 584K a month. And my goal with joining Tanner was basically to scale with paid advertising because, his business is built heavily off of that. And I respect him a lot for, how he's built it and, how he does it. So I invested into him. I would say the investment into Tanner has been great. His team really cares. They check in with you. They definitely know what you're talking about. It's very hands-on. It's very customized. It's very tailored. So if you are willing to pay a premium, he also has a mastermind, which I think is like 30, 40K. But if you really want to work one-on-one, which is what I want with, being at the level that I am, and I don't mean any ego with that, but, I really would love for someone that's where I want to be at, look into my business instead of like a group setting. I think it's a great investment. And look, when you skill, you're not really investing into someone to learn hundreds of new things. You're more investing into it, like learn one or two new things and really make the right decisions. And that's what I really go with Tanner. So I'm still in this program, but I also decided to join a new one, which was, I think, like mid-December. So I invested into Tanner, and it's very much centered around paid advertising, low ticket offer strategy, scaling with YouTube, and also building out a big team. But my values changed, right? So I joined this program, did well, didn't like really grow my business, but that's because of me and because my values changed. So what I decided to do, and you may have already seen it on my social media, I was like, I want to scale my business back, right? Like I want to scale it back to where it's simple, it's profitable, because when you run a business of the size Tanner does, the profit margins will be lower, right? I don't know exactly his profit margins, so I'm not going to assume anything or say stats because, that's none of my business. But I do know that, when you get to $1 million a month, which Tanner is, you're going to have a lot of expenses, and there's going to become a lot of problems and a lot of stress, and it's going to take a lot of freedom unless you build it up really well. But that's what I didn't want. And so I went back to new values, and this is where I saw Sam Alvin's pop up again, right? And now you already know it. And his values that he now has and he's come back with was simplicity, profitability, happiness, client results. And I was like, that's me, man. Like, you just conceptualize it. Like, you have my attention, And so, because I was like in this state of not sure if I wanted to scale or if I just wanted to rest and enter a new season. And after like a long back and forth with myself, I was like, I really just want to get back to simplicity, profitability, being happy, and, focusing on that instead of like just making a lot of money for my ego. So, I did that. And from there, I made another investment, which was in December. And now that you guys already know who it's with, just gonna put down, let me see. Okay, so this was in December, and this was $36,000, and I paid it in full. So this is with Sam Alvin's, and that's the investment that I then made in December. I went into it, but I spent the first 2 months actually descaling my business. And I did this on my own and with a little bit of help from Tanner. And then in March, a couple months went by and I didn't really use the mastermind, right? And then when I got into it, I noticed you've got two types of masterminds, right? Like you've got masterminds that are like, you've got masterminds that are like experience-based, right? So you have like events, like kind of Russell Brunson does it, if you know who he is. And then you have, like value-based masterminds. And don't get me wrong, like both are valuable, but there's something that I mean with this, and I'll explain right now. So, for example, with Sam, you get to hang around him, which if you follow him, that is an incredible feeling that you get to do that. You also get in-person events, right? Which is great. However, unfortunately, because of COVID, I wasn't able to attend it. So, if you like experiential masterminds, then it's a great investment and you should make that into yourself. Now, if you're more like me and, both Tanner and both Andrew, they really have, their coaching programs where they're there for you like every day if you need them. Like if you send them a message, they'll help you out, but this is a little bit different because this is like more group setting, more events, more networking. And, with Tanner and Andrew, it's more like, we're always here for you, also like on a one-on-one level. So this kind of like mastermind then becomes more of preference. So I actually started to realize that this is not something that I enjoy or want to commit to. So I actually committed to backing out of it, right? Now, again, got nothing bad to say, to be honest, because as I said, if your preference is experience, then it's a great investment and you should book your call with Sam and join him, But if it's more, you like value-based, like for example, in my mastermind, I help my clients get appointment setters, I help them get sales representatives. I help them like with getting set up with the right agencies that I work with myself personally too. I help them with their ads. I help them with their launch, right? And so this is more in-person events, and it's more group sessions. And you also get one call with Sam where he basically sits down with you and then like you map it out for a year, but that's only one call a year you get. Right? Whereas again, with Andrew, Tanner, you get like with Tanner, it's monthly, and then with Andrew, I think it's like on demand pretty much. And that's what I really love about this value-based mastermind approach. So as I said, I decided to leave it, and that's been my final decision. And then actually yesterday, I officially invested into another mastermind. So I'm gonna show you guys which one that is. And this was actually yesterday. So it's been fantastic so far, just the onboarding process. So April 2022. And this was $45,000, and still $45,000. I paid that in full too. I always pay in full, guys. And this is in Michael. And as I mentioned, he's the one that also bought Andrew's business, and hence, why he was on my radar. And the way I came across him was, I've got a partner at appointmentsetter.com, and he attended one of his master classes, and he shared the value that he got from the master class with me. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. I love the notes you took. Like, this is valuable, And it's very much centered around like increasing lifetime value of your clients, which is really working on the back end and working on like retention, re-signing, ascension, continuation, downsells. And that's his bread and butter. And you've got almost no one in the industry doing that. So that piqued my interest. And then I jumped on a call with him, and he's such a genuine guy. And I just decided to pull the trigger because it's also something that my team is going to be pretty much like very interactive with. So I'm going to be doing like 20% of the workload, and my team is going to do 80% of the workload with implementation and all that good stuff. So I joined Michael, and the thing that I love about Michael is that, it's the same like Andrew. It's very hands-on. It's, they're there for you. If you message them on the same day, they'll literally jump on a call. Again, I just joined yesterday, so there's not too much I can say, but these are the expectations I have, and what I've been sold into, right? And I have high hopes. Michael seems like an awesome guy. So those are the investments I've made. And this has been the most recent one. And I think like, guys, when you are looking for a mastermind, you have to like kind of determine what you're looking for and ask yourself, what do I need right now? And then if the mastermind fits in with that, then it's great. But look, what I see a lot of people do is they want an appointment setter, they want a sales rep, but then they join a Russell Brunson mastermind, which is a big course, and you get to go on events which are unforgettable, and you probably get to know like some awesome people that will stay with you forever, but it doesn't like help you necessarily with the problem that you don't actually have at hand. And so my recommendation and what I preach and what I do is find that solution first before you join any like experiential masterminds or anything like that, because you have those two types of masterminds from what I've seen, right? So yeah, guys, that's been pretty much it. Those are the investments I have made into myself. If you've got any questions on it, just let me know. I hope I did a good job. This has actually been like my first review video. And if you guys want to have any more information on, these masterminds that I've invested into, because maybe you're thinking of joining yourself, just let me know in the comments down below. And I hope you enjoyed this video.